around my story.
My name is Emma, a medical student. My mother is a famous lawyer. I am her only daughter. I am always proud that this woman is my mother, and I try to look at her in everything. Although I am too old to drive me to the university, she still prepares my breakfast for me and takes me to the university, and then she goes to her office. Marco is my college at the university and the son of my mother's friend from a long time ago, and also neighbors. We have been friends for many years. We may have feelings, but none of us confess to the other for not to lose each other if the other did not have the same feelings. 2 days ago, I spoke to my mother about this issue. She told me that if I have feelings for Marco, I should talk because he might also be afraid of losing me. I decided that I had to tell Marco about my feelings. I invited him for juice in the university cafeteria, and I started asking him, "Why are you not been in a relationship until now?" I was surprised by his answer, as if he was waiting for my question. He told me if I decided to get engaged, I would only be with you. I told him I agree. I didn't imagine that it would be so easy after all the years that we kept silent. We agreed that each one of us would say to his mother. I went home this day very happy, but after I entered the house, I heard Mom in her office talking to someone. It was a woman's voice telling her, "You have to help me as I helped you and gave you my daughter to live with us as if she is your daughter. I will not go to prison again. Neither my age nor my health will allow me to go to prison. And just as I have been away from my life and my daughter's life all these past years, you must pay for the perfect life I made you live." What am I hearing? I don't understand. There was something wrong. Who is this woman, and why is Mom silent? I opened the office door and entered. "Mom, who is this?" As soon as the woman looked at me, I felt I was looking in the mirror, but on my features, 20 years older. The same eyes and hair, but with 2 white strands. The smile is the same. Who is she? She was saying, "I gave you my daughter to raise her." Am I the daughter of this woman? Mom, I don't understand anything. Suddenly I found the woman who says that she is my real mother approaching me and saying, "I am your mother who gave birth to you, but only because of a small sin, I went to prison for a while. I had no solution but to leave you with the lawyer who was defending me at the time. She won you. I lost you. And I lost years of my life in prison because I stole so that you and I could live. I don't believe what you were saying. This is not true. This is not my story. Tell me, Mom. This was the happiest day of my life today. How does it end this way? How do you hide that from me all these years? What did you steal again and want her to defend you? I am now the daughter of whom of you?" The 2 in one voice said, "You are my daughter." I now have 2 mothers, one defending the right and the other a thief. Until now, I don't understand anything. Don't know how to tell Marco my truth or continue with him without telling him. I don't know what to do. I can't forgive my mother for hiding the truth all these years. As soon as I enter the school, everyone knows that I have arrived. The principal is asking about me, and the teachers are greeting me. I am a star. Let me introduce myself to you. I am Alita. I have super intelligence. Not only that, I have many advantages. I am not the one who says that, but my friends and relatives, and of course my family, who also draw my attention to this. I was also always the first in school because I got the highest grades, and I always excelled very much. Not only that, any difficult question the teacher asks in class, I was the alpha. Only I know how to answer it. First, the question is written on the board. All the girls in the class look at me, and then they look at each other, whispering, trying to find the answer. And I leave them for a while, and my eyes are on them. Maybe someone knows the answer, and then I raise my hands and answer. Everyone claps for me, and after the class ends, the break comes. I used to go to the yard, and the girls gather around me, and they ask me at that time. I leave my food and drink, take their notebooks, and explain to them everything they wanted. That is why I was also loved, because cleverness alone does not make someone love you. It must be accompanied by kindness and morals, and this is what disgusted me. But the more people love me, the more I get exposed to strange situations. I don't know how or why. First of all, when I went to open my bag to study that day lessons, I found that my notebook was not there. It evaporated. It disappeared. I looked for it under and above the desk. I wanted to study from it. What should I do? I called my best friend Lucy and told her to send me the lesson that she wrote. And in order to send it, I waited all day. She sent it at 12. 12 a.m.? Why? How can I study now? I went to school again on the next day without homework or notebook, even without me personally, because I did not sleep enough. The strange thing is that on that day, Lucy did not talk to me and kept avoiding me all day. So I went to talk to her after school. She stretched out in front of me and ran away. I didn't know what is wrong with her, so decided to go to her home. When I arrived, I heard her laughing loudly, so I looked at her from behind the trees in her garden. I caught a glimpse of her talking to girls, talked about me, and said that she would teach me a life lesson. She started mocking me while saying, "She is always the first and everyone loves her. I will show her." I was amazed at her words and told myself, which lesson? She is jealous of me, even though I help her and love her very much. Suddenly, she pulled out my notebook from her bag and started to cut it. I was distressed, and I kept feeling that my mind would go away from me. Why does she do this to me? She is my best friend. I kept wary of her, and then I had many enemies. One day, on my way to school, one of the girls named Tisha pulled me by my hair and knocked me to the ground until I was wounded in my face. And because of the shock, I could not speak or move and decided to go home. The second day, I complained about her, but she denied it and said that I slandered her, and I kept asking myself why all this jealousy and hatred. Every day I had a new story, and I did not know how to focus on studying or anything else. On the weekend, I went to the club and I met Linda, my classmate, a calm and beautiful girl who was playing basketball with me. After we played, we sat and talked, and I told her what was happening to me. She told me that it is normal that everyone is bullying me because I am smart and beautiful, and honestly, I was convinced for a short time, but then I had an idea. I decided to learn a combat sport to defend myself, so I learned Taekwondo, and they were afraid of bullying me. I combined excelling in my studies and being able to defend myself. Do you think these bullying friends were able to change me? And could they get me to where?